Hello everybody and welcome to another Uniko video with me, Bev, the owner and designer of all things Uniko. Today is day 5 of the 13th birthday February release introductions, and it's the final day before release day tomorrow, which hooray! So today I saved this lovely spring Botanicals Primrose for the final day of introductions. Hopefully this hasn't got too much glare on the video. Like all the spring botanical stamps in the collection, in the series, it has a wonderful flower arrangement and then a selection of sentiment stamps in a sort of spring theme, though I am running out of different sentiments to use, so I've added in a couple of other ones. I'm not sure where my tulip is. So we've got the crocus already in the collection. We have the daffodil, the snowdrop and the tulip somewhere. I believe I took it to, there it is, and then the tulip. Obviously the tulip, you can see ones that where I've used an ink that is stained. So all of them come with the name of the flower inside, obviously, so you can pair it up if you wanted to do like a botanical sort of like print. And then in this one we've got sending happiness, praying for you, which is a sentiment that I have had some requests for, especially with florals. Heartfelt hello friend. And because I've kept the font the same, you can mix and match. So you could have grateful for you, and then friend from this set. There's lots of different mix and match opportunities within the collection, but obviously just this set on its own has lots of potential as well. Now, the brand ambassadors are my go-tos. They are just blowing me away with all their techniques and all their beautiful colouring this week. It kind of puts me to shame a little bit. However, I do have this one, which I originally created for the Uniko workshop, the stamping retreat at the beginning of February. And it uses an old technique called whitewash. So what you do is you stamp and emboss your image with white embossing powder. You can stamp it in Versamark and emboss in white, or you can stamp it in white pigment ink and emboss in white. And you get, I find if you stamp and emboss, stamp in white pigment and then emboss in white, you get sort of a more solid white. Anyway, so once you've done that, what you want to do is create a whitewash. So I use an acrylic block. The best pigment ink, white pigment ink that I have found that works wonderful is this Unicorn by Hero Arts. It is wonderful. I've had it for ages. I don't think I even have the reinker for this, but I'm going to have to get it soon because it's the white pad that I use all the time. So you smoosh it onto your acrylic block, and then you literally add a spritz of water to create a watercolour wash, and you colour the whole of the image white. And then that creates a base for you to then be able to watercolour the colours on top without them seeping or disappearing, I should say, into this craft background. I've done it on light grey cardstock in the past as well, and it's just a fun technique, and you can really experiment with layering the colours and things. And I think it's, for me, it's almost sort of a cheat way of watercolouring. But yeah, I really enjoyed doing that, and obviously I used the praying for you sentiment. And then for my second card, I chose a quick technique. The background did take a little bit to put together. I've cut 1 centimetre strips of various card. It's Concord and 9th colours. I've used creamsicle, grasshopper and watermelon, and I've just alternated, but I cut slightly on the diagonal to give a sort of interesting sort of colour block effect. If you have, I mean, often when I'm trimming down card, for example, I'll get lots of strips like this. Sometimes they're longer, so I've cut mine on the diagonal, but you could just layer them on the diagonal if you're like me and you don't throw little bits of card away. And then I've stamped and embossed the Primrose on vellum, the see-through paper, so you can still see the colour blocking strips behind. And I used another of the sentiments from the set. So I do apologise. Yesterday's video was super long, and I apologise for that. But it was a double collection and a 4 layering stencil, so that is my excuse. But today's video is going to be quite a bit quicker, because I've got another fairly quick colouring option for you to use if you're like me and don't really like spending loads and loads of time colouring. I have to be in the mood, basically. But you know me, I like a quick and simple card. Now, I use this scallop die. It's from Concord and 9th Spring Bunny dies. Because this is out because I made a card for Concord and 9th for 7 Hills. I'm on their team and I do a blog post for them on a weekly basis as well. And I used this die today and got this sort of negative left over. So I thought I would put it to use on my card here. Now what I'm going to do is just secure this in place. Actually, I will use my Ujima flip, the magnetic board. I'm getting quite used to using this. It's quite handy. So I put some temporary adhesive on this white panel, which measures 9.5 by 13. And I'm just gonna sort of place this half off my card. I'm going to secure it here with my magnets, and then I'm going to use the masking paper that I've been using, this Eclipse paper, just to mask off the edges of my card, because it means I don't have to be careful when I'm ink blending, going through. And I'm just going to create a nice little scalloped ink blended background for my stamped primroses when we'll get round to stamping them. So often I'll do, like in the past I've done rectangles and things as a base, but I thought, oh no, I'll use this scallop. It's a little bit different, and I feel the scallops kind of go with the shape of the petals of the primrose. So I've got lilac here. I've chosen some really sort of springy colours today. I've got lilac, pink lemonade, buttercup and sprout. I just thought It's absolutely looking gorgeous outside for a change. The sun is shining. It's only 8 degrees. I haven't really been outside much today. But my boys went out earlier to the park with their friends, I should say, who also stayed over last night, so it's been a late night for me. And they just went out in jumpers, so it can't be too cold. I know kids run about to keep warm. So yes, they were really good, but it was a late night. You know what kids' sleepovers were like. When I was a kid, you never got to sleep early. So then I've done the lilac, and then I'm going to go in with the pink lemonade and just work my way down the colours. I've chosen this order so that the colours will sit nicely together, because they will overlap a little bit. So you want to make sure that the colours, when they overlap, that they're not going to make a muddy mess. So yes, spring is definitely in the air, though knowing me, I'll have said that and we'll get really cold weather again, though I think it is on the cards. But you can never trust the weathermen, can you? Or the weather people, I should say. You can't trust them. They'll say one thing and then it ends up being completely different. So release day tomorrow. So all the products that I've been introducing this week here on YouTube, and myself and the brand ambassadors have been introducing over on the blogs this week, will be available at 9 AM GMT. We're still on GMT here. Not sure when the clocks go back, to be honest. I haven't checked. Clocks go back, clocks go forward, spring forward. I'm not sure when that is, but it can't be far off. I'm just making sure that there isn't too much green. I still haven't cleaned my brushes, and you know, yesterday I used a really deep yellow. I used the Stardust on my yellow brush, so I decided I wouldn't use that brush because I wanted the Buttercup, which is more of a springy, but this brush has been used for green, so it is picking up a little bit of a green tint, but I'm not too worried because I'm then going to go in with the Sprout, so there might not be as much of a definition. I definitely need to get some more brushes. That's been on my shopping list as well this week. Every time I do something, I like a video, I think, oh, I must do. But I have to say, I did get quite a few jobs done yesterday. So I'm feeling quite organised. So yeah, release day tomorrow. We have our traditional brand ambassador blog hop with a giveaway. So be sure to check that out. I probably won't be in with a video tomorrow because with it being half term here this week, yes, I didn't plan the release very well around school holidays. We booked a last minute little trip for the fellas to Whitehaven, which is just over the other coast, Cumbrian coast, so on the west coast. We're on the east coast, so we're having a little overnight adventure for the last day of half term. Don't worry, we are back on Saturday and I will be packing up as many release orders as I can. I am fairly well prepped in regards to all the new release prep, so But yes, I am taking it. I know it's not the best time, but I'm taking a little day off and scheduling everything. I will be popping in on social media as and when. So I apologise for taking a little bit of time, but hey, it's the only problem when you are the main person that runs your business. It's taking time off, and I don't think there's ever a suitable time to take time off. But so there we go. I've just gone back in and blended the colours a little bit until I felt I was happy, and I'm just going to peel this off carefully. As I say, it is really low tack Eclipse tape. I'll try and link to it in the description. I'm trying to get better at linking and doing things in YouTube. It's all practice, isn't it, at the end of the day? And there is the scalloped blended background. I'm quite pleased with that. Lovely springy colours. So then what I'm going to do is I'll probably get my stamping platform, because it is a larger image, and even though it usually, because it's just lines, it does stamp easy, but just in case I make any kind of error or don't quite get the whole image, so I'm trying to keep the image inside the scallop as much as I can, but obviously there's going to be a little bit of an overlap. So I've got my larger Misty here, and I'm just going to place it in this corner, in this top corner here. Just double checking that you can see. Just put my brushes away. So I always put my paper up into a corner, so if it does move when I lift the stamp, I know exactly where the position is in case I need to re-ink and stamp it again. It's just become second nature. Now I'm going to do, it's quite unusual for me, but I'm going to do it not in black. I'm going to use Morning Mist Versifying Clair. So it's a sort of, it's quite a darkish grey, but it's not quite as harsh as black. But with it being a springy card, I thought, oh well, we'll use grey instead of black. So it's not as harsh against the pastel-y colours. So I've inked it up using my little puck tool to add a bit of pressure. And yeah, I do need just a little bit more in the middle there, where I maybe haven't put as much pressure on the image. So yeah, this has been this Primrose has been in the design process and coming for a while now. I've had one of my design brand ambassadors, Julie, who has just worked magic with watercolouring this week, has been requesting the Primrose for, I don't know, probably a year or more. So it's finally here and I'm pleased with it, and it's nice to have another one to the collection. So the ink, I can see it's a little bit wet, so I'm being careful not to smudge it. I'm just going to wipe this because otherwise I'll forget, and then I'll come to use it again and I'll realise that I didn't clean or wipe my Misty. So what I thought I'd do is just simply mount. I'm going to keep it quite flat, but I'll just mount it onto my usual card size, but we'll add a little sentiment raised up. I do like to do my sentiments on these sort of like little strips of card. I don't know, it just adds a little bit of interest, something a little bit different while this dries off. So I'll just get a leftover piece of card that I trimmed off something, and what should we use? I think we'll use Heartfelt Hello on this card. So both they're in like the smaller font. So this smaller font is simply a smaller version of the everyday sentiments. So that is another pairing as well. If you wanted to, they would work well with any of the everyday sentiments, and vice versa. Like the larger ones, there is quite a size difference. Let me just see. I haven't got an everyday sentiment to hand, but here in Floral Vines they are exactly the same. So you can see there is quite a difference in size to both of them, between them, sorry. But you could get away if you wanted to. I think they would still work quite nicely if you wanted to use that style of friend with this size of everyday sentiment. So you've got that option as well. I do try to think of these things when I'm designing new products, is what you could use it with, what does it mix and match with that you might already have in your Uniko collection. So again, I'm going to use the Morning Mist here, and I'm just eyeballing my sentiment there. Now looks like there has been a bit of a hair, so I'm going to, yes, be fussy. And I'm just going to turn my card round. This is what I tend to do if I make a mistake. Instead of trimming it off straight away, I will literally just turn it away. So I've cleaned that stamp. There must have been a very fine hair between the A and the R, and that would annoy me. So I'm just doing it again. Second time lucky. That's better. I'm happier with that one. And then we'll do the hello. Normally I have a smaller block, but I'm not sure where it is. I was trying to finish off a couple of bits this morning, and Callie decided she would come and join me, and she's getting quite big now to come and sit next to me. My hellos wobbled a little bit, but never mind. Never mind. Let's try again, because that will annoy me as well. I wasn't gonna bother, but I will. So never mind if it's a mistake, just trim it off. What I might actually do this time, so it's about 1 centimetre wide, so I'm going to cut a piece that is 1 centimetre wide, and then hopefully it'll help me stamp a little bit straighter. Sometimes I do it that way, sometimes I do it the other way. Usually I don't have the pressure of doing it on a video while I'm recording, so that's what I'll put it down to today. I said this video wasn't going to be quite as long as yesterday's, but you know me, I love to chat. And as I say, you can always fast forward to the finished things or whatever. But you never know when I'm gonna surprise you with a giveaway. So I haven't done any on my videos this week, which I'm surprised at, but I'm going to do a giveaway today. So if you would like to win this Spring Botanicals Primrose, I'd love to know which is your favourite spring flower. I can't decide. It'd probably be tulips for me. I just remember helping my nana, or maybe a tie between tulips and snowdrops. But yeah, I'd love to know which is your favourite spring flower. Leave a comment here on this video telling me, and I will leave it open till the 7th of March, and I will pick a winner randomly from all the comments left here on the video to win one of the Spring Botanical Primrose stamp sets. And I will announce the winners because there'll be lots of winners on the 8th of March from across the release. So there will be the winner will be announced then. I'll try and pop it in and do a video. I've got a few video ideas planned for March, because March is a little bit of a quieter month. After 2 releases on the trot, I'll be glad for a little bit of a breather. But yes, still lots of fun and inspiration planned for March. So yeah, tell me your favourite, or if you're like me, tell me your 2 favourites. if you can't decide between the two of them, because it is quite hard choosing your favourite. And maybe there's a flower where you live that appears in spring, but it might not be as common here in the UK. I know a few flowers, but I don't know flowers across the world. You know, I know there's lots that are common no matter where you live. But yeah, maybe there's one that I don't know about. See there, the ink was still a tiny bit wet, so it's transferred onto my paper. So I've just moved it across in case that picks up and I ruin my card. Wouldn't want that now, would we? So I use double-sided tape. It's just pure habit for me. I just don't like the way glue can ruckle your card a bit. And I need to go shopping at some point and add some 1mm thick foam adhesive. I am all out of it. I've used that much recently. I need to restock. So I'm currently using the standard, I think it's 2mm, which isn't too bad if you've done a flat card like this. As long as your envelope isn't too thick, you'd probably still be able to get away with the 2mm thick foam adhesive. But yeah, I tend to use the 1mm, and I'm all out. So I'll just use 3 to secure that. And I just love these little sort of sentiment additions. You could just leave it without a sentiment really, and then it could go, you could send it for any occasion, or add a sentiment when you need a card. I often do that. Leave things sentiment free and then decide when I'm going to post it. So I am going to just overlap slightly, trying not to smudge the sentiment, even though I have a little bit. I'll fix that later. This morning mist doesn't dry as quick as the Nectarine for some reason. I have found that in the past. But there's the finished card. Ta-da! Quick, easy colouring option for Spring Botanicals Primrose, or any of the Spring Botanicals or Florals. And my other 2 cards that I made and shared on the website blog today. Thank you for joining me. Don't forget to comment, subscribe, and tell me your favourite spring flower for your chance to win this brand new stamp set being released tomorrow. So I will hopefully see you. I might try and pop in on Sunday, depends how busy I am. But definitely I will pop in next week with a brand new video. Thank you for joining me this week, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now.